Hello there, and thank you for clicking on this video. As you can see by the title, today we are going to talk about some news about Star Wars. So there are two big news that I want to talk about, and actually let's start with the first one. So Ryan Gosling is going to probably star in Star Wars. So Star Wars shocker, Ryan Gosling in talks to star in a Sean Levi, I don't know, movie is exclusive. If the deal makes, this would send the project into hyperdrive after 2 years of development and make it the next Star Wars movie to go into production. So I'm actually super late on this news. It came out on January 21st, so 4 days ago. But Ryan Gosling in Star Wars, I like Ryan Gosling, but he just I feel like he does not have the look for Star Wars, like this kind of handsome, yes, handsome, but like rigged look, like Harrison Ford used to have. And a lot of the actors have that look. Like, I cannot see like pretty boys in Star Wars. I always, like, when I think about Star Wars, I always think about like this manly looking rigged man. I think that's how you call it. But like Harrison Ford type of guy, or even Andor. I don't think he's ugly, but he just doesn't have this pretty boy look. Yes, you can argue Luke Skywalker had this kind of like pretty boy look, but he was like, he was still very young, so he was still like, growing up. But when I think about Star Wars, I think about like this manly looking, like strong man. And then you have like Ryan Gosling. I know I'm like talking about very superficial things right now, but you just have to have that look of, yeah, I'm strong, I've been through a lot, like F off. I don't know. Maybe that's very superficial, but this is what I imagine. And I do think, why not? I mean, he could potentially pull it off. Actually, do you know like a good example of that look has the actor from Ahsoka that passed away. Rest in peace, I forgot his name, but he had that look. Um Samuel Jackson had that look, even the actor Ian McDermott had that look, you know. That very like, and I mean, for example, Ian McDermott had a like kind of, I don't know how to say it, like this magical look. I mean, there are just some actors that look like, I don't know how to describe this, but it's just, is it going to work? But actually, let's see what else they say in this. So this movie is actually happening, which is very surprising. So Ryan Gosling is headed to the great galaxy far, far away. The three-time Oscar nominee is in. Oh, so he's still in negotiation. I'm sorry, why is this always happening? So he's still like talking if this is going to happen. Also, this is the guy who made Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay. Details on any Star Wars project are harder to acquire than plans for an orbital planet killer, and this one is no exception. Levi has been developing his Star Wars future since 2022, and Jonathan Trooper, who collaborated with Levi on films such as This Is Where I Leave You and The Adam Project. Oh, I like The Adam Project. Has been working on a script for over a year. Levi is also producing, okay, blah, blah, blah. It is unclear when Levi's project is set. Star Wars stories have run the gamut of hundreds of years, detailing the ongoing going. So I cannot read of a galactic republic turned dictatorship turned rebellion. It's also unclear if it concerns Jedi and their enemies, the Sith. It is, however, to be unconnected to the so-called Skywalker saga. Oh yeah, so this is the guy who I made a video about, like where he was like, I don't want to be bound by the lore. Well, if you don't want to be bound by the Star Wars lore, then why are you making a Star Wars movie? Well, I'm so energetic. I don't know. The story is centered on well-established and beloved characters Luke Skywalker and his father Anakin. It is meant to be a standalone movie, sources tell The Hollywood Reporter. Lucasfilm had no comment on any impending deal or the project's detail. Okay, so the filmmaker was okay. But Gosling's interest and involvement suddenly shifted the Star Wars project into hyperspace. If a deal makes, the project would continue to fly like the Millennium Falcon, becoming not only Levi's next movie, but also the next Star Wars movie to go into production, with cameras potentially rolling this fall. Okay, so if he signs, he this is going to go like into filming. Interesting. Let's see if anything else. In a bit of synchronicity, Gosling was name checked for a Star Wars part back in 2013 when rumors spread online that he and Zac Efron would being eyed for Abrams by Abrams for a familial part that may have actually become Kylo Ren. Okay. Yeah, this is fun. But actually, there is another article that I saw when I Googled this. Can I go back? No? Okay, let me type it real quick. So when you type in Ryan Gosling Star Wars, you get this article as well by The Guardian. Ryan Gosling for Star Wars. It may be, I'm not supporting you. It may be the end of the franchise as we know it. Yeah, I guess why not? Because I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's a very different look, but yeah, I just lost my mind for a few like it might be it might be a fresh start, why not? Chronically handsome. I don't think that he's that handsome. he's he's handsome, but he's not that handsome. But he has like this clean boy like kind of a vibe. So chronically handsome and brooding he may be, but the actor's casting in a new film has inverted the traditional Star Wars formula by bringing an established star with work. Okay, so basically they're talking about the same things, but let's just go over it real quick, see if there is something else interesting. What exactly is the essential DNA of Star Wars? Its unique selling point is definitely je ne sais quoi. It is its uncanny ability to turn space wizards, walking carpets, and beep whooping rubbish bins. Don't call it a beep whooping rubbish bin. What are you doing, Guardian? Like, get a grip. Into the backbone of a multi-billion-dollar mythology. Naturally, it's the creation of a preposterously hopeful galaxy in which a lowly moisture farmer can become a Jedi Knight, or a heart-bitten bounty hunter can find himself playing a surrogate daddy. This doesn't. Yeah, this doesn't sound right. To tiny green enigma who communicates entirely through Cool's ear. Okay, blah blah. And it's most definitely the conviction that you can slap a fresh goat of CGI on a 40-year-old spaceship, throw in a few cryptic prophecies. Okay, blah blah blah. But what it's never really been, ever since George Lucas began mulling the idea of a big budget space opera influenced by 1930s adventure Japanese flicks is a star vehicle, which is why this week's news that Ryan Gosling is to join a new Star Wars film being directed by Deadpool and Wolverine Sean Levy. I call him Levi and Levy, but that's okay. I mean, it's okay. All right. Feels downright weird. It's as if the Mona Lisa suddenly showed up as a background painting on the set of TV sitcom. I can see what they are saying here, but still, like, I don't think that bringing like a well-known actor it's a turn off, or that it's going to make the story somewhat worse. It's just I guess it's just something new. I think it might be a good thing, but I understand the analogy, but also I, I'm not turned off by it. It's not that Gosling is too good for Star Wars. Let's be clear, Star Wars deserves the best in Hollywood and beyond. Yeah, I agree with that. If Leonardo DiCaprio had been cast as Anakin Skywalker rather than the out of his depth Hayden Christensen, I like Hayden Christensen. What do you mean out of his depth? Wow. We might all have been pondering for the last 20 years how obscenely romancing those scenes with Natalie Portman's Padme Amidala were, rather than cringing as if we were watching a high school production of Romeo and Juliet. Okay, so you're basically just bashing Star Wars right now, like the prequel. So I'm just gonna continue and see if you have some actual information. But I guess this is like just a commentary, so I guess you have the right to do that, of course. Um, so yeah, I mean, there is not much information here, but I do understand what they're trying to say. Maybe this paragraph as well we should read. Moreover, Levi is best known for a film that took Marvel so far into meta territory. But I mean, I don't think that movies like Deadpool and Wolverine are hard to make, because I'm sure the comic books are filled with such stories that are even more exciting and way better written. Because I don't think that Wolverine and Deadpool, or Deadpool and Wolverine, was like a good movie in a sense. Like it was fun, it was entertaining, but it wasn't like the best thing I've ever seen. Like, it wasn't that original, it wasn't like that, like, good. It was fine for what it was. I really enjoyed it. But I think the fact that it had Deadpool and Wolverine was the thing that made it that popular. I don't think it was, oh my god, this is like the best written movie ever made. So yeah, but I guess that it was possible to wonder if Deadpool and Wolverine might end up stumbling into the writer's room and start reworking their own script. Combine this with Gosling in Jedi robes, and you've got a Star Wars movie that starts to look like it might open with Ryan Reynolds. Why? If that is the case, will the galaxy delicate balance of scrappy underdogs, epic destinies, and charmingly janky Force wizards survive the transition? Is the end of Star Wars as we know it? We will probably only know when we see the new, chronically handsome and brooding face of Lucas's venerable galaxy farewell. Okay, I think that's a bit of a stretch here. I see what you mean. I definitely see what you mean, but I don't think that this is the end of Star Wars as we know it. I think it might be a fresh start, you know. And I'm not too against it. It's just something that is a bit weird. But I mean, at this point, why not? Why not? And the next news that I want to talk about is actually this one. But now I'm seeing that it might not be even a news. So here we have Natalie Portman rumored to return as Padme Amidala in Ahsoka season 2. And here we have Star Wars Newsnet update. Natalie Portman not in negotiations for Ahsoka season 2. So I guess Star Wars reportedly removed Natalie Portman from this. Okay, I don't care. So she is not. I guess I should have informed myself better. But so a source told the website that the rumor shared below is not accurate. We don't have any details to add, but as of today, Natalie Portman is not in a negotiation to return to Ahsoka. Okay, so they broke the story that she might be in Ahsoka. But now they're saying she is not going to be on Ahsoka. But I mean, I just want to say, I don't think that they can afford Natalie Portman. I don't think that Natalie Portman, even if this was true that she would come back for this, I mean, Ahsoka season 1, I bet the ratings weren't good. It was a bad show, and I don't see why she would return. Or maybe you like cast a younger, like a known actress to be Padme, which you can do. But I mean, I think we should just cancel Ahsoka season 2. I don't understand why we are doing it. I think it was a bad show, and yeah, that's it. But Ryan Gosling coming in Star Wars, why not? I mean, Jude Law. I think that Jude Law, for me, is also a pretty famous popular actor. Just maybe not these days, but in general he is. So I mean, you already have like big names in Star Wars. Um, I in the last few years, I mean, yeah, Pedro Pascal. I think that Ryan Gosling is on another level than Pedro Pascal. I don't know why he's in everywhere. I don't think that he's a bad actor. I really like him in Narcos, but I don't think that he's on Ryan Gosling's level of like fame. Maybe he is, but I don't know. Um, but yeah, I don't think the fact that he's a popular actor is a bad thing. So I'm yeah, why not? I think it might be a fresh start. Hopefully the movie is good, but I mean the director said I don't want to stick by the lore, so doubt. I really doubt that this is going to. I mean, yeah, I mean, might be good, but it might just be a random sci-fi movie. Like, if you put Star Wars in the title, we would expect like something Star Wars, like Jedi or the Force or bounty hunters or stuff like that. Like you can not just pull like Star Wars and make a random story like out of nowhere. Like even the Skeleton Crew, where you just watch it and you're like, okay, this has nothing to do with Star Wars whatsoever. But no, it still had like some connection here and there, and that it's enough. Like you don't have to like do the Skywalker saga all over again, but you just have to still have some connections here and there, and stay true to the Force, to the tale of the Force, and all of this stuff. So do let me know down below, what do you see in the future for Star Wars? Still very questionable and doubtful, but let's see. May the Force be with you. I'll see you in the next video.